how does God intervene in human life? Now, when we say God intervenes in human life, many people wonder, does that mean he controls every step we take? Or is there something more nuanced behind this divine interaction? We're going to unpack this concept, explore its roots in the Bible and philosophy, and discover what it really means to have a free God who lovingly guides rather than dictates our fate. So, let's get started. Understanding the source of life. Let's begin with a simple yet profound idea. Who does man truly live by? The Bible tells us that although man was created from dust, a mere creature, something extraordinary happened. In Genesis 2 verse 7, it is written that God breathed life into man, turning lifeless dust into a living soul. Think about that for a moment. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, is a gift from the Creator. This divine breath is what transformed you from non-existence into a vibrant, living being. Now, imagine if we were to say, God, don't interfere in my life at all. That would be like asking him to take away the very breath that sustains you. Even if you feel capable of navigating life on your own, the truth is that every element you depend on, the sun, the earth, water, plants, animals, and even the air, is part of a magnificent creation that comes from God. None of these, by themselves, can provide the sustenance we need. This interdependence is precisely why God's intervention is essential, not to control us, but to remind us of our deep reliance on the ultimate source of life. Divine intervention versus determinism. Now, here's a key point. When we say God intervenes in human life, it does not mean that he determines every detail of our fate. If God controlled everything, if our lives were nothing but a series of predestined events, then why would he be considered a free God? The freedom of God implies that while he provides us with everything we need to live and thrive, he does not lock us into a single, unchangeable path. Instead, God's intervention is more like a gentle nudge or a guiding hand. It's an ongoing invitation to live a life of purpose and righteousness, a life that reflects the divine nature embedded within us. This brings us to the heart of the matter. The gift of free will. God, as the Creator and especially as a loving Father, never intended to impose his will upon us by force. Rather, he has granted each of us the incredible gift of free will. This means that while he provides all the necessary ingredients for life, the air we breathe, the resources we depend on, and even the challenges we face, he leaves the ultimate decisions in our hands. Consider this: the Creator doesn't say, I made you, I feed you, I protect you, so you must obey me out of obligation. Instead, he offers a choice. If you choose to align with him, he promises to do even more for you. He envisions you as an heir to a much greater destiny. But if you decide not to follow this divine guidance, you'll have to face the natural consequences of your choices. This isn't a punishment. It's simply the reality of cause and effect. When we stray from the guidance offered to us, we're left to rely solely on our own limited resources that were originally provided by God. This concept is echoed throughout both the Bible and philosophical writings. For instance, Deuteronomy 30 verse 19 challenges us. I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life. It's an invitation to make a conscious, deliberate choice about how we live. Divine love and the nature of intervention. So, why does God choose to intervene if he's given us the freedom to choose? The answer lies in his boundless love. As a father who cares deeply for his children, God intervenes to support, nurture, and protect us. He doesn't abandon us to fend for ourselves in a chaotic world. Instead, he provides us with guidance that helps us grow, learn, and evolve. Philosophers like Thomas Aquinas have long discussed the idea of divine providence, the notion that God's care for creation is both a sustaining force and a gentle guide. This intervention isn't about micromanaging every moment of our lives. Think of it more as an ongoing partnership, where God offers us tools, opportunities, and even challenges that encourage us to exercise our free will in ways that lead to genuine growth. Much like a loving parent who sets boundaries while allowing a child to explore the world, God's intervention is designed to help us develop our own moral and ethical compass. It's not coercion, it's empowerment. By aligning our choices with divine guidance, we can unlock a fuller, richer potential that goes far beyond mere survival. The consequences of choice. Now, let's talk about what happens when we choose to turn away from that divine guidance. If you decide not to engage with the Creator's invitation, you are essentially opting to live by your own nature. This means relying solely on your own efforts and the resources provided by the natural world. And as many of us have experienced, this path can be fraught with challenges and unexpected consequences. When you reject the support that comes from recognizing your dependence on the Creator, you're bound to face the natural outcome of your decisions, good or bad. It's similar to the concept explored by existentialist philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre, who taught that with freedom comes immense responsibility. The choices you make shape your destiny, and without the guidance that aligns you with a higher purpose, you might end up reaping the bittersweet fruits of your labor. Remember, the Creator isn't punishing you for choosing your own path. Instead, He's simply allowing the natural order of cause and effect to take its course. The promise, however, is that if you choose to accept His guidance, you're not just getting help. You're being set on a transformative journey toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. The invitation to transformation. At its core, God's intervention is an invitation to transformation. It's a call to step beyond a life of mere existence and embrace a journey of continuous growth and renewal. In many religious traditions, this transformation is seen as the journey of faith, a process of becoming, of evolving, and ultimately, of receiving the eternal life that was intended for us from the very beginning. Imagine your life as a canvas. You have every right to choose the colors and strokes that express your individuality. However, there's also a master artist, God, who provides the background, the structure, and the inspiration for the masterpiece that is your life. His intervention isn't about erasing your choices. It's about ensuring that your individual expression contributes to a greater, harmonious whole. This invitation is powerful because it redefines divine intervention not as a loss of freedom, but as an enhancement of it. By accepting the Creator's offer, you're not surrendering your free will. You're aligning it with a purpose that transcends the ordinary. You're choosing a path that promises not only survival but true, meaningful life. Balancing freedom and divine guidance. At this point, you might wonder, if God is so involved in our lives, does that diminish our personal power and freedom? Not at all. In fact, the beauty of this relationship lies in the balance between divine guidance and personal choice. The Creator has given us everything we need to thrive, but He's also entrusted us with the responsibility of making our own choices. In every decision we make, we reveal our values, desires, and our understanding of life. By choosing to follow divine guidance, we are not giving up control. Instead, we are empowering ourselves to live authentically and purposefully. This balance is beautifully articulated in scriptures and echoed in many philosophical discussions. It's the recognition that while our lives are touched by the divine, they are also defined by our own decisions. When we choose to embrace the Creator's invitation, we are, in essence, choosing to live a life enriched by both grace and personal responsibility. Final thoughts and conclusion. As we draw today's discussion to a close, let's revisit the central theme. God's intervention in human life is not about dictating our fate, but about providing the means for us to live fully, wisely, and freely. We are sustained by the very breath of the Creator. Every element of our existence, from the sun to the air we breathe, is a testament to his ongoing care. And most importantly, he invites us to exercise our free will, to choose a life of righteousness and purpose. By understanding that our existence itself is a divine gift, we can appreciate that the Creator's intervention is an act of love and support. It is designed not to rob us of our freedom, but to empower us to make choices that lead to a richer, more fulfilling life. Whether you decide to actively follow this guidance or choose to rely solely on your own efforts, know that every choice carries its own consequences, and that transformation is always within reach. If you found today's video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into philosophy, theology, and life's big questions. Until next time, remember, every breath you take is a gift, and every choice you make is a step on your unique journey. Stay curious, stay inspired, and take care.